If you're looking to buy a home in Cincinnati or somewhere in the Cincinnati suburbs soon, you should know that the interest rates have been declining steadily in recent years. And just a couple weeks ago, the Federal Reserve cut the rates drastically by 0.5%. How will that affect you as a buyer or seller in the Cincinnati market? That's what we're going to discuss in this video right now. My name is Pham, your Cincinnati realtor, back again talking about all things Cincinnati. We're talking about all things related to real estate in Cincinnati. If you're new here on this channel, you will learn everything you need to know about living in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is the only channel you need when it comes to information on living in or moving to Cincinnati, Ohio. So hit that subscribe button if you think you could benefit from such content. Now, rates have been declining slowly over the last few months. In fact, even before the feds cut the rates 0.5% just recently, rates were already at their lowest point in 18 months. Now we are even lower than that. Freddie Mac says that about a year ago, a 30% fixed rate was almost at around 8%, right around 7.8. My local lenders right now are getting conventional loans done from anywhere from 5.2 to around 6% flat, maybe even a little bit less for FHA loans, probably around 5.5. If you're curious what that looks like on a monthly payment, well, if you bought a house for $300,000 a year ago at 7.8%, you'll be paying around $2,637 versus right now that same house at $300,000 at only a 6% rate would have a mortgage payment around $2,312. That's over $300 less per month. And for a lot of people who work really hard to stay within a budget, $300 or $400 a month is a pretty big deal. And according to what the feds are projecting, they do plan on cutting the rates again before the end of 2024, which could mean even more savings for buyers. Now, this coupled with the fact that inflation rates have also been declining after reaching record highs in recent years, could also help with the living costs, which essentially will make buying a home more feasible for a lot of people. Because if you can afford to buy everyday costs, it makes it easier for you to be able to save money and actually afford a mortgage. Inflation rates are right around 2.5 right now, and the feds are projecting to get it back down to its 2% target by 2026. And with it being a big election year, you should expect to see more stimulation of the economy right around or right after the election. By the way, guys, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home somewhere in Cincinnati or in the Cincinnati suburbs soon and you need help with the process, feel free to reach out to me. I'm helping people buy and sell real estate in Cincy and the Cincy suburbs all the time. I'm sure I can help you too. Call me, send me a text, email, whatever works best for you. I got your back. You can always call Vic. So for buyers, how is this stuff going to affect you with buying in the Cincinnati market? Well, like we said, lower interest rates will make buying more affordable for a lot of people. But with the rates dropping as fast as they are projected to drop, this could lead to a lot more buyers motivated to buy homes, meaning a bigger pool of buyers in the market and possibly more competition on the homes that you want. Now, right now, the average days on market for a home, meaning how fast a house gets a buyer once it gets put on the market, is 7 days. And it has fluctuated from 5 to 10 days over the last year or so. So it is not a slow market by any means, but it has been a lot better for many of the buyers that I have helped recently. They are getting a lot more time to think and shop around for the houses before they are gone. But with the interest rates decreasing, this could lead to more competition with more buyers, making the home sell faster and maybe even getting back to bidding wars, which was a big thing in 2021 and 2022 during COVID. That hasn't been a big thing lately, at least not as much, but it could return with these rates dropping like this. I really hope not, because bidding wars aren't really good for the market, but it's very possible. So that's something you should understand and be prepared for. What about sellers? Do interest rates affect sellers? Absolutely. With lower rates and possible increases in buyers in the market, this means you could get a lot more eyes on your property faster and more offers. So if you're in the market to sell soon, it is important to know what you need to do to sell your house for the most money in the most reasonable amount of time. The homes that are ready to go, that are modernized, most well prepped, they are the houses that will sell the fastest, get the most offers, and get the most money. So understand that you may see an increase in activity along with the buyers. Make sure your realtor knows how to prepare you for all of those things. Also, remember, as a seller, you may have to buy a house right after you sell yours. So subsequently, you may also have to deal with the more fierce competition with other buyers, which might arise from the lower interest rates. just like the buyer who buys your home from you. Be prepared for that as a seller, especially if you're buying as well right after you sell your home. You do need to understand how both sellers and buyers are being affected right now. And just kind of a side note, a good way to escape some of this competition, if it does turn out to be this way, is to go with a new build. Many buyers are resorting to new builds for a lot of reasons. Number one, there is almost no competition. When you find a build you like, you can typically pay them some of the money to start the building process and you'll be locked in. No competing or bidding wars with other buyers. Also, dealing with the builder, they will generally give you huge incentives to buy with them. Some will give you 15, 20, maybe even 30,000, depending on the builder, to pay your closing costs down or even buy the rate down. So you could end up paying way less out of pocket and get a dirt cheap interest rate, not something you will typically get with a resale home. Now, a lot of these builders don't really advertise the incentives, so get with your realtor on that if you find a community with a builder that you might be interested in. And also, when working with builders, you get a brand new home with a warranty. And as long as you choose a good builder, you're likely to have way less maintenance and repair costs than you would with a much older used home. But whether you're going with a resale home or a new build, pay attention to where these interest rates are, because buying right now may be best for you if you want to get in on a good rate before it gets too competitive. Because, for example, if you buy right now around 5 to 6% and it drops down to 3% later on, you can always refinance. Or maybe you do want to wait to see how low these rates will really go before you make a move. Remember, if it does get super low, like back down to around 3%, it's a strong possibility that the competition may be so strong at that point that it will make the process much more difficult than buying right now, while the rate is still decent. Everyone's situation is different. You got to decide that. I hope this video helps you understand a bit more about what you should expect with rates in the Cincinnati, Ohio market. Feel free to reach out to me if you are in the market to buy in the Cincinnati area. I would love to have a conversation with you. If you want to watch more videos about what it's like living in Cincinnati, Ohio, check out these videos right here. I will see you in the next video. And remember, when it comes to houses in Cincinnati, you can always call Vic.